Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're watching in the world. Thank you very much for joining us on another episode of In a Town Where I Was Born with him, Dave Jones.
Him, Sam Phillips.
This month we've got 4 games, including a massive game against Trafford.
Boxing Day Bonanza against Prescott Cables.
Come on, let's just get on with the show.
So Dave, first game of December started here at the Millbank on the 3rd with the Integral Cup game against Leek.
Yeah, a game that I think it had taken us about 6 weeks to actually play because it had been postponed that many times. And to be honest, I've got written on the card, we played Leek Town in the League Cup, lost 1-0, game was even, they scored late on, that's it. And that is literally it.
Was it,
yeah,
wasn't it?
That pretty much sums it up.
Not a lot really happened on that. It was just nice to be, as you say, finally get the game on.
Yeah, it did have a feel of, I think even Elo's team selection had a feel of let's just get this game out of the way and get on with the real business of the league. Yeah,
and as you say, they scored late on, 76th minute, with Jacob Twyford from Leek popping one in to just sort of...
It was a fair game, and I think it's one of those games where the first goal is probably going to win it, or one goal is going to win it. And obviously that's how it ended up being, and unfortunately it was them.
Yeah, well, as I say, there wasn't not really much to discuss, so should we have a little look at the highlights?
You just stood there watching him!
So they were the highlights from our Integral Cup game here against Leek Town in that 1-0 defeat. Bucko, any stats?
Yeah, that's a first Linnets defeat to any side from Leek. In 2006 we played Leek CSOB, Leek's County School Old Boys side, twice, and beat them twice in North West Counties Division 2. 2 wins and a draw with Leek Town before this narrow defeat, and we had Alex O'Neill and Reece Gaskell on debut as Elo rotated the squad a tad, and that was the only start in the month for both of those 2 players.
Perfect, thanks a lot,
Cheers,
Bucko. Now, 7th of December, one of our longest trips of this season, we went up to Kendal for another league game, back in league action.
Well, you say longest, we had a coach journey for that one. And we always go with whatever time Anthony's Travel, who are our travel partner, so everyone knows, for those games. And I think they're always quite conservative, and normally, we might get stuck in some traffic, and we get there just about on time. We were about an hour early for this game, and we turned up, and it was literally like, because obviously we have fans on these coaches as well, so we have the players, we have officials, we have the fans, and there was literally like, they were open, but they weren't open, so the gates were open, but there was no one there, so we ended up going in, and everyone was like, oh, we're not open yet. So we ended up going out, and unfortunately, we had to find a pub, and
such a shame.
Yeah, and the Everton game was on, so I got to watch that. But yeah, it was a great shame that we had to find a pub. But it was a very nice day. Obviously, I think most people know Kendal's a nice place. As for the game, we played well. Pitch wasn't great. It was it was bad to begin with. Well, it wasn't bad, that's a bit harsh, but when you get there, you could see it wasn't the best pitch. And as the game went on, it just deteriorated to the point where, when I was waiting for Elo to come out for his post-match interview, I was looking at the pitch, and I just thought, I don't even know how they've played on that, to be honest. It was really bad by the end of the game.
Yeah, as you say, it was a good team performance. Lots of quick passing.
Yeah.
Resulted in that result at the end. Now, as you say, it was a poor pitch. but we did manage to get a breakthrough just sort of 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it was a good team goal as well. There was considering the pitch and I think the lucky thing was it was drizzling. So it wasn't proper rain coming down, but it was drizzling. So the surface to begin with was quite slick. So you could pass on it and quick passes, and we were playing well. Good quick passes, short passes, accurate, and that led to the goal. And it was a good finish from Conor McCarthy into the bottom corner.
Yeah, no, as you said, the quality of the game sort of suffered in the second half with the deterioration of that pitch.
There wasn't really much happening in the second half because the pitch wouldn't allow much play. And even though it was only 1-0, I think we were quite comfortable for the majority of the game. Could have got a couple more goals, but we didn't. But in the end, it was a fairly comfortable victory, really.
Yeah, and a job well done to come away with that was on a 1-0 victory. Should we have a look?
Yeah, let's have a look at those highlights.
Premier League North West Division match between Kendal Town and Runcorn. Representing Runcorn this afternoon in goal, number 1, Michael Everett, 2, Lewis Corrigan, 3, Jack Hennigan, 4, Peter Wiley, 5, Alistair Brown, 6, Tom Owen, 7, Lewis McKinney, 8, the captain Carl Hammett, 9, Conor McCarthy, 10, Paul Shanley, 11, Ludley Hadid. Substitutes for Runcorn Linnets this afternoon, number 12, Alex O'Neill, 14, afternoon goes to Runcorn Linnets, number 9, Conor McCarthy.
Hi guys, this is Linnets TV. I'm Dave Jones, and joining me as always is Linnets manager Ello. Ello, good 1-0 victory there against Kendal away. What's your thoughts for that?
I don't know if I can take much more of that, Dave, to be honest. Look, I think you look over the full game, I thought we've had enough chances to kill them off. I thought we were excellent in the first half in really, really tough conditions. The pitch cut up really, really bad. Some of the football we played and the chances we created, we got one. And obviously kept a clean sheet. We said before the game, if we come here and keep a clean sheet, we know we'll get chances. But we could have made it a lot easier for ourselves near the end there. But I'll take the 3 points and a clean sheet, we'll move on.
You mentioned the pitch there. How hard was it to play football on that kind of surface?
Really difficult. Obviously the rain had a lot. When we come here, it was okay first half. We knew it was going to cut up, but you could see the lads could just about stand. It was like an ice rink at times. But I thought they managed the game really well. And to play some of the football we played on a pitch like that is testament to the lads and how good they were. So I thought they were excellent today, Dave, and delighted.
I know Gibbo didn't play today because he's suspended, but how important is it for you to get young players from Runcorn, from the town, hopefully from the junior teams to progress into the first team?
Look, it's really important. I think to have a local lad in the side, and not just because he's a local lad, because he's got to be good enough first and foremost. We've now got that link with the under 18s. They train alongside us on the 30s. We've got a couple of lads in and around the squad training. But Gibbo's, look, you're always going to miss a player like him. I think if you look at his improvement from last season to this season, he's been outstanding in the previous games. But it just shows the strength of the squad that we've actually got players like him missing, and we're still getting results. I think that's 3 on the bounce now. 12 points out of a possible 14, so hopefully we can start looking up and rather than looking behind us.
Okay, El, so that is three wins on the bounce now. How are we looking forward now?
Look, I think, as I said, we just take every game as it comes. We knew a couple of games ago, I think the Brighouse game at home was a massive win for us, especially after the disappointment of the FC United game. And I think we've kicked on, and look, the games on, if you look online, you see the scoreline 1-0, 2-1. The games look close, but for me, performance-wise, I think we've been outstanding. We really have. I would have liked to be a little bit easier by getting that second goal or that third goal, but if it doesn't come, you keep the back door shut and we take the 3 points. And I know the lads are on a night out tonight, and it's a great 3 points to go and enjoy themselves.
Okay, cheers, Al.
Cheers, mate.
So you've just seen the highlights there from the Kendal Town game. Bucko, wake up. Have you got any stats for us?
Second consecutive league double over Kendal Town, so that gives us a 100% record against them. Played 4, won 4, scored 10, only conceded 1. So very much a happy hunting ground for the Linnets.
Those are the kind of stats we like, although it's slightly disappointed with that 1 goal conceded, but you can't have everything.
Now, a week later, back here at the Millbank against Trafford, a team who it always seems to be a really good game against Trafford.
They're a really good team, Trafford. Very similar to ourselves, similar sort of level. We had a really good performance early in the season against them in the FA Trophy. Quite a comfortable 3-0 win against a really good team as well, which is why it was quite a surprise that it was such a good victory. This game was much more evenly matched, though, 2 really closely matched sides. And as we discussed with the league game, when it's one of those games where it looks like 1 goal's going to win it or the first goal's going to win it, and that's how this game was shaping up. So it was pretty disappointing when they got the first one. I think it was 54 minutes. So not long after half time. So it was a little bit disappointing, and then we didn't really get back into it for a while, and it looked as if the game was petering out, but then. It all went off.
As I say, 5 minutes from the end, the game sort of flipped in our favour massively with obviously Lewis McKinney, 17 years old, found the ball at his feet and turned and managed to sneak it in the corner. Yeah,
it was a good finish as well, to be fair. For such a young lad, it was a composed finish. He didn't have much time, and he managed to find the smallest of gaps in the corner and put it away nicely.
Yeah, and then obviously we've talked about it numerous times about the left foot wonder that we've got there in Louis Corrigan. He's hit one of the. We do always say, don't you? One thing we can guarantee is a Louis Corrigan penalty, and unfortunately missed. And it's one of the worst penalties I've ever seen him hit, which really shocked us. But fortunately, the rebound went back to us. And to be fair, it wasn't just a simple case of smashing the back of the net. He actually had to lift it over the keeper, as you'll see in the highlights. So it was actually. Yes, it was a missed penalty, but actually to react the way he did and dink it over the keeper, it was a good finish, and it just sent the Linnets fans wild. Yeah, well, as we said, it was a great finish, but let's see if we can see if that penalty was as bad as you think.
Well, it did. In case Louis is watching, I'm not saying it was a bad penalty, but it was bad for you. It was the worst penalty probably the worst penalty I've ever seen Louis take.
Well, let's have a little look then.
Welcome to today's Northern Premier League Division 1 West, fixture between Runcorn Linnets and FC Trafford. Your teams today: FC Trafford, number 1 in goal, Matthew Cooper; number 2, Jake Kenny; number 3, Joel Amado; number 4, Lawrence Taylor; number 5, Samuel Edgerton; 6, Sam Byrne; 7, Thomas Schofield; 8, Ross Davidson; 9, Lewis Walters; number 10, Sam Grimshaw; number 11, Darius Palmer; substitutes number 12, Christopher Palmer; number 14, Tariq Mustafa; number 15, Oliver.
Lewis, push on to the 10 then, Lewis. Where the 8? He's got the 8. He's got the 8. Yes! Come on! Yes! Jack! Fucking clip it! Ali, his man's up. Reset! It's a simple fucking ball! Very well, good. Hey, boys, come on. Ready. Boss, ready. Boss, ready. Boss.
Goal scorer for Runcorn Linnets, number 10, Lewis McKinney.
Come on now! Come on! Peter! Stay shoots on, son, yeah.
Substitution for Trafford, number 11, Darius Marman, 17, Jordan Johnson. Goal scorer for Runcorn, number 2, Lewis Corrigan.
Right, we're with Ello straight after this afternoon's 2-1 win against Trafford. Ello must be pleased with that.
Yeah, I'm delighted today, to be honest. I thought we deserved it. A little bit of luck in the end and keep saving the penalty and Louis getting on the rebound. But I thought over the 90 minutes, I thought we edged the game. I think we were unlucky not to go in at half time. 1 or 2 up there, keepers made a couple of really good saves, and we knew it was going to be a tough second half. You know, they're a good side. They had the wind behind them and they put on us. And like I say, to go a goal down and then just to get a penalty later on, it was great. And I think the lads deserved it in the end.
Yeah, we were just saying then, before we started talking about the interview, a bit of credit to the referee because he gave the penalty. It was a foul, I was right next to it, but Connor didn't go down, stayed on his feet, and they're not giving off enough, are they?
Yeah, credit, yeah, you're right. Normally if you don't go down, you don't get it, so he's done really well, the ref. It was a pen, as you say, but yeah, credit to him for giving it. So, and again, Louis stepped up, keeper makes a good save and we get the rebound. But I think over that, I think I said in my previous interview, we've been playing really well of late. That's four league wins on the bounce and a draw, so out of our last 5, so we're in good form. So I'm delighted at the moment, yeah, we're in a good place.
Yeah, we defended well. Certainly the first half, we sort of kept them down to pretty much nothing, didn't we? They scored off a corner, but other than that, there wasn't a huge amount of threat really, was there?
No, and that's again similar for the previous 3 games. I think I said to the lad before the game, our last 3 games, we've limited the opposition to 1 shot on target in each game, which is really good. Look, Trafford are the top side. They've got some really good footballers, good technicians. The lads up front are lively. So to limit them to the few chances is what they did as well. Is testament to how well we're playing at the minute.
Okay, I've got a bit of a break now before the next game, which is Boxing Day, home to Christmas. So hello from us all. Have a good Christmas with the family, to you and all the lads.
Cheers, Steve, thanks.
Cheers.
So those were the highlights from our game against Trafford. Bucko, anything to add?
Yeah, second win on the spin against Trafford, which is good. They used to be a bit of a bogey side for us, so in the Northern Premier League era now. We've won 3 and drawn 1 out of 5 games, so things are definitely on the up against Trafford.
Good. Thanks,
Cheers,
Bucko. Now on to an LSU favourite. The Boxing Day game is always a massive game. I know we've had games in the last couple of years against Linnets and Runcorn Town. I remember a massive one down at Pavilions.
Was it 6 or 7-0? You know that one, Bucko.
What was that?
Runcorn Town game when at Pavilions. What was the score?
It was 5-0, wasn't it?
Was it 5-0? Was that one where they got a play sent off? That was
yeah, they got Joe Holt sent off
yeah.
in the first few minutes, didn't they? And I think Danny O'Brien got on the score sheet that day.
Yeah,
Check it out for you. Give us a minute and do carry on, lads.
So yeah, we played Widnes and Town, but this year on Boxing Day it was the turn of Prescott Cables for the 3rd time this season. Obviously we played them twice in the trophy, just getting through, and we were back here for a good game, really.
Yeah. I mean, they're a good proper non-league side, aren't they? Prescott Cables, bit like ourselves, obviously, but obviously they've managed to continue and not have to start again like we did. But it was a good, very even game. I think there's 2 evenly matched sides there. As we, I think we found against a lot of teams, we're quite evenly matched. Disappointing to concede early on from leaving a Cables player unmarked in the box. That's disappointing, but it happens. But we weren't behind for long, which was good. We bounced back quickly, and I think that's something we've done in recent games is coming back. We were 1-0 down against Trafford, came back to win 2-1. We've shown a lot of fight, and we did so again. Louis Corrigan doing what Louis Corrigan does.
A couple of minutes, 7 or 8 minutes, and we talk. I bet it sounds like we're a broken record because we talk about it time and time again. But Louis Corrigan's left foot is a thing of beauty sometimes, and he did it again here, where he's whipped one right from the byline, and It's not in a shooting position. He probably has no right to score from there, but he's managed to curl
Which
it
is
in.
probably why he's managed to score, because I assume Prescott, the keeper and the defenders, are not expecting him to shoot from there. I think we knew different. I certainly knew differently. I was expecting him to go for that far corner, and that's exactly where it ended up.
Yeah, and then going in 1-1 at half time, coming out and conceding sort of 10 minutes into the second half. Again, we've talked time and time again, and Ello's alluded to it in his post-match interviews, that set pieces have not been our strong point this year, and we sort of left the player unmarked. It was the Cables captain McCulloch, who a lot of people will know, and he's come in and he's put one in the back of the net to make it 2-1.
Yeah, and I think Ello will be really disappointed with that. You give your half-time team talk, and then for it to have basically been ripped up after 10, 11 minutes into the second half, he wouldn't have been happy with that. But we get back in the game again. Really good finish from Liam Caddick. There's a bit of pinball in the box, but he shows a good bit of composure to blast it into the roof of the net, and it's 2-2.
He's a player who's only come in recently, and we were talking off camera before about how he has made such an impact. He's been fantastic, and he's really shown why it was a great signing for us.
Yeah, he's been, to get a player like that in at this time of the season, it could really bolster us for the second half of the season. He's been a really good signing. Yeah,
no, we had a couple of chances to get a winner, but I think a draw in the end was a fair result.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said before, two evenly matched teams. I don't think either team could really press a claim for the win. It would have been good if we could have took a couple of those chances, but in the end, draw is definitely a fair result.
Yeah, well, we've got about that free kick. Should we have a little look at it?
Judge for yourself.
Linnets Stadium, and we hope you've had a wonderful Christmas. It's Boxing Day, it's the Bet Victor Northern Premier League, and our visitors are our friends from Prescott Cables. Everyone at the club is pleased and honoured that today's match has been sponsored by Maxwell and Charlie Proctor. We hope they have a great day, enjoy the experience, and see a Boxing Day ding-dong.
Have a go!
Martin him! Yeah!
well done, Paul. Hey, come on! Tom! We're across the front! We're across the front, Pete!
Team 4.
Yeah! Get in, Lee. Zach, come back! Zach, come back, Zach! Zach, come back! Hey, come on! Come back, Zach!
Hi guys, this is Linnets TV, I'm Dave Jones, and joining me as always is Linnets manager Ello. Ello, tough opponents, tough conditions, are you happy with the point in the end?
Yeah, I'll take the points. I think you have to look at it as a point gained. So I'm happy with the point, but disappointed with the performance. But especially second half, going forward today. Thought Prescott was better than us, but we come out after the second half. Thought there wasn't much in it the first half. It was a bit nip and tuck, wasn't a great game to watch. I say conditions didn't help, it was difficult just to stand at times on the pitch, but second half though we were poor and but for a couple of fantastic saves from our keeper, then we wouldn't have anything.
Obviously disappointing to concede the goals, but were you happy in the manner in which we fought back both times?
Yeah, look, it shows character. I think again, the Trafford game we went 1-0 down and come back and won the game. I thought when we got the equaliser, I was hoping we were going to kick on and maybe get a little bit more quality, but we come out second half, and like I say, we were second best. They put us under pressure, they got to every second ball, and I think some of the lads looked disinterested, we looked a little bit flat, a little bit tired. So, like I say, not the best performance, but I think when you're not at your best, if you can still pick up a point, then it's always a positive.
End of our winning run, but obviously we're still unbeaten in a few games now. Do you still feel we've got a chance at the playoffs?
Look, I keep saying it, I know it's a cliche, but we just take each game as it comes. I think you start giving yourself targets and things like that, you can come and stuff, we'll just, we'll get ready for St. Liverpool on New Year's Day now, prepare for that as best we can and try and win that one and then see where we are after Christmas.
Okay, great, cheers, Alan.
They were the highlights from our Boxing Day game here against Prescott Cables. Bucko, anything to add?
Yeah, Scott Lycett on debut for Linnets becomes heritage number 330, our 330th player. Fourth meeting in the calendar year and 5th in all against Prescott Cables. An amazing run of results. I think we've alluded to it before. So we've had a 1-2, a 2-1, a 1-1, a 2-1 and a 2-2 in 5 games. So that tells you everything you need to know about games with Prescott Cables. Always very close. No, not going to be a clean sheet in sight. Got some end of the year records for you if you like.
We like this, yeah. Go
2019, we played 47 games, won 21, drew 11, lost 15, scored 80, conceded 69. It's very much a positive year, really, all round. Biggest win, remember? 5-0 away at Clitheroe.
Oh.
And the game with the most goals? 4-4 away at Clitheroe.
Now that one I do remember, that was a hell of a game.
That was a humdinger, that.
So all in all, good year.
A
Very good year.
So then, Dave, December as a whole, unbeaten in the league, just the one defeat there in the cup. But those League Cup games, a good chance to rotate, and obviously you want to go as far as you can. But as a fan, I think you're not massively.
No, I mean, to be honest, it took that long to get the game played. I think everyone is just glad to get it out of the way in the end. So I don't think anyone's going to be particularly heartbroken over losing in the League Cup. But overall, like you said, unbeaten in the league, showing real signs of positive signs for the rest of the season. Made some good signs. I think 2 of them got on the score sheet, didn't they, in the monthly, and Caddick and Lewis McKinney both scored. We brought in Alex O'Neill. Louis Hayes, I think.
Yeah, I think Scott Lysett came in as
Scott Lysett as well. Yeah. He's proved to be a really good signing. Mike Emery, I know he's came in early season, but he's been a really good goalkeeper that we've brought on. So overall, good month, and I think we've got ourselves in a good position now to really fight for the rest of the season to hopefully get in the playoff places.
Yeah, and then 2019 as a whole, seeing it's our last episode of the year, we'll sort of sum up 2019. Obviously, we had the end of last season, the beginning of this season. I think this season we started in a sort of a shaky way, but the last couple of months
I think we started the season how we ended the previous one. With the last season we got off to a really good start. We were top at New Year a year ago. And then towards the end of the season, injuries told, we couldn't bring in the replacements that the manager possibly wanted, and the season kind of fizzled out. When we won the last game of the season, which was a really good win, but unfortunately it was kind of ruined by the fact that we found out we'd missed out on the playoffs. And the new season sort of started in a similar vein, really. We drew a lot of games. We lost a few games by like one goal, but then we then didn't lose a game after we got absolutely battered by Marsk 6-1. That was the last game we lost. That was the last league game we lost in 2019. So overall, we finished the year quite strongly, and we're in the Northern Premier League, aren't we? So after what we've gone through over the last few years, that in itself is a positive, isn't it? The very league that we're in. Yeah,
exactly. And as I say, it was we put ourselves in the hat at least for the playoffs at the moment. Hopefully in 2020 we can really push and hopefully cement that place and I think get back to where we rightly should be.
Yeah, I think we talk about that a lot, don't we? About where we should be, or where you have no right to be anywhere. You have no right to exist. We've had to fight just to exist. But Runcorn are non-league royalty, I think, personally. I've watched us personally at Wembley twice. I know it's the old club, and Bucko doesn't like to dwell on history, but I watched Runcorn at Wembley. Well, how many non-league fans can say that? So that's the memories that I have, and that's, I've said it in previous videos. That's where I want us to get back to. I want us to get back to Wembley in the trophy. We had a good run in the trophy as well. Our best run since we reformed. So that's where I want us to get back up to, and then that's where we belong.
Let's keep our fingers crossed that 2020 can be a good year for us and we can get back into that hunt for the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. So last month's episode, we started a feature called Where's Chezi? Which is this little chap here. Now, we took him out in town, we took a picture, we put it on the show, but unfortunately, due to a technical error, the technical error being that we all forgot about it, we didn't actually put it on Twitter, so we didn't get any suggestions. So we're running it again. So through digital magic, a picture should appear next to me here. So we are going to put it in this episode, so you can comment on YouTube. We are going to put it on Twitter and Facebook, so you can comment underneath. So have a guess at where you think Chezi is. If you get it right, anyone who gets it right, we'll put them into a hat. We'll draw out a winner, and the prize will be the 3 Ps. So that will be a programme, a pie, and a pint. So if you can guess it right, you will win with a chance of winning the amazing prize of a programme, a pie, and a pint. Good luck, everyone.
So, as we know, Runcorn are a massive community-based club in the town of Runcorn with fans from all over the town. However, we also have fans that maybe are from here or have been a fan from afar, from all over the world. And we have had a few little special messages for Ello and the boys from those people.
Hi, my name is Lynn and I'm a Runcorn Linnets fan. My message is to people that don't know anything about Runcorn Linnets, have never been to the club. It's a community place. It's not just about the team, it's about the people that are involved with it and all the volunteers, the children that are involved, right up until older people. If you're not already involved, you're not already part of it, get yourself down there. And I'd like to say hi to everyone in the tea bar as well. Miss you all. Come on, the Linnets.
Yay!
Hello, my name's Jordan here. Currently out in Qatar, as you can see. Still following Runcorn Linnets on Twitter and keeping an eye on all their matches. Wishing the boys, Ello and Crossy, good luck for the rest of the season. Come on, Runcorn!
Hi, I'm Matt. I support Runcorn Linnets for a number of years, since the Stevie Joel days. I live in Dublin, or just north of Dublin, but get home on a regular basis to support the lads. Enjoyed a couple of games over Christmas where my curse didn't mean we lost, which was fantastic. So best of luck for the rest of the season. Up the corn!
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm a Runcorn Linnets fan living in Toronto, Ontario. Just want to wish the boys good luck with the rest of the season. Want to give a special shout out to my Uncle Graham, who's always in the stands watching the matches. Come on, the Linnets.
So as you can see there, those fans all over the world and Paul's story. Now, if you know anyone out there, whether they're from Widnes to Wellington, St Helens to St Helier, or even Manchester to Moscow, get them to get in touch with us here at Linnets TV, and we'll see if we can get some more people to give us their story from all over the world.
Thanks for watching Linnets TV. Don't forget to like us on Facebook,
on our official Twitter page,
and also head over to our YouTube channel.
Thanks for watching. I'm now Dave Jones.
I'm now Mark Buckley.
and I'm Sam Phillips.
Goodbye.